I didn't have a chance to see Primate on its opening weekend. I was able to watch it this past Tuesday, which for a Tuesday night was a pretty big crowd. Movie-wise, in recent years, it's been the age of the monkeys, or chimps, whatever you want to call them, with Planet of the Apes, Kong, Better Man, hell, even Optimus Primal. Last year, there was the horror film The Monkey about the toy drummer monkey, and to start off 2026, we have another horror film in Primate, this time about an actual chimpanzee. I wanted to see this movie because of its solid concept for a horror film, given the actual real-world stories about how chimpanzees can mangle you, having a story where a suburban one goes ape after a group of teenagers slasher style seemed like some campy fun. I was already sold on checking out the film, however the TV spots couldn't help but brag about the rave reactions this movie was getting. At 7:30 on Tuesday evening, it was monkey mayhem for yours truly. In Primate, a pet chimp named Ben unexpectedly goes after a house of teens while his owner is away. The movie doesn't waste any time showing you the facial destruction this chimpanzee can do, which has you fear big time for the characters anytime they're near him. The big question I had going in was what motivates Ben the chimp to go psycho monkey mode, as that wasn't clear to me based on the trailers. With the way the film plays out, he's the house pet of a male author with a hearing disability, and his daughter and teen friends watch the house and the chimp while the deaf father is away. Now, this isn't any kind of significant story spoiler, so take that for what you will, but it's a rabies infection that makes the chimp go killer mode. I never thought of chimpanzees being able to get rabies, but this movie shows the results can be quite disastrous. It's a simple but effective setup in making you fear the chimp once you see what he can do. There's an uneasiness and tenseness I felt all throughout this movie, because this chimpanzee freaked me the hell out. I felt so bad for the teen characters here. Initially, Ben the chimp somewhat unintentionally has the teens trapped in a pool, and because of the layout of the backyard, you realize, damn, y'all are f***ed. In great horror movie scenario. If you're wondering why they don't just yell for help, well, it's because the house that they're in is in a very secluded area, so there's the logic behind that. What helps the setup here is that the movie just doesn't throw out a bunch of dickwad teen characters who you want to see get slaughtered. They're just normal, mostly kind teens, who I was rooting for them to get out of this scenario. Thankfully, the movie, though, isn't an hour and a half of them being stuck in the pool. There's a decent amount of ups and downs of the characters trying to get out of this scenario. Other dumbass characters unintentionally get involved. But despite having rabies, the more the movie goes on, the more this chimp becomes a super genius, which was the only dynamic I questioned is how the monkey got smarter as the film progressed even though he had rabies. Didn't make a lot of sense, but eventually Ben the chimp makes all of these human characters look stupid. And it's not like the characters make a bunch of dumb decisions here. This chimpanzee is just that good. Where the movie certainly does not disappoint is its gore. The money shot kills are all super brutal, not holding back on the holy hell violence of being mangled to death by a chimp in various ways. But the aftermath of seeing these characters will get you your money's worth if you're looking for some R-rated red splattered gooiness. With the $24 million budget, all the gore effects look nice. More impressively is how Ben the chimp always looked great. Yeah, no shit, it wasn't a real chimp. Ain't no way any actor is signing up for that. But I also thought all the actors did a nice job in their performances. But because of all the human characters being likable and the kills that were happening, Ben the chimp was a great horror villain. And most importantly, I hated the hell out of him as this movie went along, as I was rooting for the characters to just get out of this house. The movie had the perfect pacing and length, being only an hour and a half long. Loved the story progression, the kills, and most importantly, the horror and the tension, and the result was a legendary experience. The movie absolutely delivered, and I'm hoping it can be a nice sleeper hit at the box office during this dead zone of films in January. I don't know if it's something that'll lend itself to being some sort of franchise in the future, but this movie on its own was super enjoyable. So that'll do it for this review of Primate. If you made it to the end of this video, thank you for watching.